Hello, welcome to Overwatch Sec. So today we're gonna be doing a TryHackMe lab called Billing. So I'll share the link in the description. So for those that haven't used TryHackMe before, I'm gonna show you how to connect. So I'm just gonna skip the whole registration and the process. They're straightforward. So what you have to do is to go to TryHackMe. Yes, so then when you get here, you're gonna have to join for free. So it's free. So you're gonna have to join for free. Then you can join in with a Google account or a single sign-on, or you can continue with your own personal email. So I'm already logged in and I went to this room. So just a simple, a mini tutorial, just a mini tutorial on the TryHackMe. So when you land, you're gonna land on the page like this. Then what we're gonna do, we go to practice, we go there, then you can search for any lab that you want. So we're gonna do a free version, then we're gonna do easy, we're gonna filter on easy, then we're gonna say it's red. We're gonna say it's red, so then we're gonna come here, so we find this lab. So when you land here, you're gonna see this button is green. So what you do is you just click on it, then this timer is gonna run. So you can see now it expires in 49 minutes. So I'm just gonna add another hour in there so that we don't lose access. Then once it runs, it's gonna take about 60 seconds to grab the address, the IP address. So I recommend that you wait for maybe 3 to 4 minutes for it to start so that everything gets loaded. So then for those that do not know how to access it, I'm going to be using a VPN. So to get the VPN access, I'm going to come here. I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to come here on access. So as you see, we've got, we do have the instruction manual on how to run the VPN on your Linux, and if you're using Windows, so you can read through this if you're using Windows or if you're using Mac OS. So in this case, I'm using a Linux, then I'm going to be using this 2 commands. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do this, then let me choose 4. Then I'm going to download it. So as you can see, it is downloaded right there. Then I'm going to come back to the lab. Okay, we do have it right. I'm going to come here, then I'm going to make a directory, TryHackMe. Then this is going to be my base directory moving forward. So every room that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do it in here. So to make it much easier for the folder structure, so I can make another direction here, then I can say rooms. Then before I can do that, then I'm going to have to move that in here. So I'm moving the VPN folder, the VPN file from the downloads, and I'm renaming it to thm.vpn. So if we do this, we can see that we have got this here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say sudo open VPN. Then I can say config, right, like that, or you can run it without the config. So as you can see, now I do have an IP address. So belongs to, I think, yeah, my IP address is something like that. Davis. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this terminal running. I'm gonna open a new one. So I'm gonna go to rooms. Right. So in here, I'm gonna make another directory. I'm gonna name it billing. Okay, then I'm gonna go into billing. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is that we're gonna come here, then we're gonna grab the IP address. gonna copy that. So I'm just gonna mousepad notes text so that I can have this. So I've got the IP address right there. Then I'm just HP. Then go. Okay. So we can see that we've got port 80 running. So while this is running, we're gonna go to port 80 on that. Then just gonna copy this and come back here. Okay, what we can see is that is a mini login page. So what we do, we try admin to log in. Then we can see that we have got authentication error. So what we can do is that we can brute force it, but from the description, so we know that brute forcing is out of scope for this one. So what we do is that we notice that it is Magnus billing. Then we now try to find if there is a vulnerability on Magnus billing. So we're gonna do search yes, Magnus billing exploit, like that. So from Rapid 7, you can see that there is an unauthenticated remote command execution for version 6 and 7 via the library Icepay. So what we do is that we try to find an exploit for it. So you can try and search right here. Don't find anything, so we can include GitHub. We've got various ones that we can check. Then we can see this one. So let's say it's the same concept, it's the same library, version 7. Then this is how you run the exploit. Okay. So let's see, what do we need? So we can run this exploit if we wanted, or we can just clone this code. So I'm gonna come here, then I'm gonna do git clone, gonna clone this, then we're gonna go into, or we can do a mousepad. I think it's CVE exploit. So we have to read through the code so that we know that it doesn't do anything malicious on our side. So what we need is to go through the code to understand what the code does, because we don't want to run this code on your machine, and in essence, you, or in return, you get hacked back. So, okay. So everything looks good. All right. So from the README file, we can see that we run it like this. Looks like it's running Python 2 because it's just Python. So we can try with Python 3. We can say CVE exploit our target. We're gonna need the IP address. So close. Oh no. Okay, so it looks like our session expired, so we're gonna have to start it again. Okay, now we have got the new IP address. Just gonna copy that and replace this one right there. So gonna come back here. We don't have to go through everything again. So what we need is the target. So I'm gonna come here, Then A is a hacker IP address. That is our IP address, our VPN IP address right there. Then the port that we want the shell. So I'm just gonna enter it for 7. So run this. Okay, let's see. We get an error connecting to port 80, maximum retries. So that and that. So it timed out. Oh, I think I know. Right. So we didn't start a shell, a reverse shell, a listener, not a reverse shell. So we're gonna start a listener on 113. So it will automatically pick up that IP address on what we're listening on. So I'm gonna run this again. Then we're gonna have to wait for the shell to start. So if we check, now we do have a shell. It's the ID. We can see it is asterisk. Okay. So gonna dash A to see where we are. Okay, we do have that. Just gonna go a layer up. Then we'll continue to check what is being ran. And here you can see it's a whole lot of things. Then what we do, can just go home and see if we can see. Okay, let's try like this. Okay, we can see the user text. Then that means we can catch user that text. Then we do have that. Okay, now let's see. What else can we find in here? So we're gonna have to do some privilege escalations. So, we can't do clear. Okay, it's fine. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna, let's try and catch home magnus.ssh ID RSA if it exists. If it exists. Okay. I don't think it does. All right, so this is hanging. So let's see if we can get the shell again. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Then I'm gonna run this again. See if we can get that shell back. Okay, looks like we're getting a timeout. Then I'm gonna try and run it again. So Python CVE exploit dash 10 7. So I'm gonna copy this just for insurance. Okay, then I'm gonna put that in here. Okay, so just gonna keep trying. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna keep trying because it looks like there is a timeout on the server. Okay, now we got it back. So I'm gonna go to temp. Okay, on temp. So what I'm gonna do next is that I'm gonna try and find lean piece. So lean piece, GitHub. So I'm gonna do the final lean piece. I think this one. You can come here. Then paste, then we're gonna come to releases. Then on releases, we can see the assets. Then what we need is this linkpaste.sh, copy link. Then we're gonna do wget. Okay. So what linkpaste is a custom script for Linux to search for misconfigurations on a Linux machine or a server. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start a server here, then we're gonna say run the server right there. Then in here, I'm gonna check which wget. Okay. Okay, so the shell is unstable. So shell is unstable. The address 7, gonna do that. Then gonna run this again. Let's see if it is not timed out. Okay, let's add another hour on 12. Okay. Okay, that didn't work. Just gonna have to keep trying like the last time until we get a shell. Okay. Try again. More. Yeah. Now we got the shell. Gonna see which wget. Okay, we can see that it is installed. We're gonna say got to think about wget. This is the key. 62. Then I'm gonna say ps.sh. Okay, now that we've got limps sh, then we're gonna do chmod, then ps.sh, then we're gonna run limps. Let's hope the shell doesn't break while it's still running. Looks like the shell broke. So this is an unstable shell. Okay, so we're gonna try another method of getting the shell. Okay, now I'm just gonna do this. Import PTY. Yeah, got it. I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna run that limps assay checking. Okay, after waiting for a while, so limps finally finished running. So we're just gonna scroll through and see. So normally I like to start at the beginning. So I'm just gonna try and scroll through to the beginning. Okay. right here. Okay, can see. Just go down with the flow. Let's see. Okay, cron jobs. There's nothing interesting. Okay. Well, we can see a pure red. Then we've got failed to pen service and MariaDB. Okay. Okay, then we can see this. We can see that user asterisk can run this. Okay, now that we know that asterisk can run this fail to pen client, then we need to find a way to execute this. So what we're gonna do, so we're gonna do some research. We're gonna try and say fail to pen client privilege escalations. Okay, then we can see, let's come here. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, in this case, we can see that we can do the following. We do a step-by-step privilege escalation. So what we need is to extract the root file. So what we do then, we say sudo permissions, tablet run sudo, then we can try this. Let me just put this here. Then after we're gonna run this sudo that. Then after that, it's gonna run this. It's fine. That then gonna run this again. Like that. Then now we're gonna try to check if it exists there. Cat. Okay. So now let's see. Did we miss any step? Let's see. Okay, so we do have everything right here. So we're just gonna copy this and gonna paste it in there. Okay, okay. Then let's see. Temp root txt. Yay! Yes, we managed to get the root file, to read the root file. Okay, let's see if we can get a reverse shell onto this. So, I don't know, I'm not sure that if we can get a reverse shell. Okay, let's look at what we're running. Okay, so we do have this right there, that. So this is the command. Okay, so what we're gonna do is that I'm gonna stop this one, then clear, I'm gonna say nc lnbp 119. Then we're gonna come back here. Then I change this to 119. Then we're gonna try and run this. So we're gonna replace all of that with this. Then let's change this to this shallow. So what we do is that we copy this, we come back to this part here, we paste. Yay, then we got that. Then we can still now do this. Add root the text. So now we have got complete system compromise. So compromise the full system and we are root. So that means we can do whatever we want as root. Okay. Well, that's it for the lab. So we managed to do two things. I think we learned how to find vulnerabilities by doing OSINT, by searching magnets to find and to proofread the code that we are running so that we don't execute malicious code on our side. Then we managed to learn how to troubleshoot a code that doesn't work. We learned about using linpiece to find vulnerabilities or misconfigurations or outdated softwares in the Linux machine. Then we also learned how to do privilege escalation with fail to ban. Fail to ban. I was pronouncing it wrong. It was fail to ban, not fail to bin. So, okay. Now that we are done, so I'm just gonna try and submit the flags right here. I think as root, we do have that. Just gonna cut this, paste it right there. Then we can also, let's see. I think as what is it? Cat home magnus user the text. I think yep. This too. All right. So that's it for the lab, guys. See you again on the next one.